With patch 10.2 Guardians of the Dream on the horizon, some discoveries were made on the PTR. Once again, Blizzard had dropped some Lorebooks, but this time, they might just shatter, or even confirm everything you thought you once knew. So in this two-part series, we're going to explore the books, and then go through some of our theories as to what we think is going on. We begin with book number 1, titled On the Nature of the Dream. It appears to be told from the perspective of a dragon, presumably of the Green Flight. I have spent ages here within the Emerald Dream, exploring its reaches and basking in its tranquility. Yet the more I experience, the more what I perceive seems to be at odds with the lessons taught to us by the Titan Keepers. Thus I am compelled to share my feelings here, not to stir discontent or to claim my theories are immutable truths, but to encourage others to ponder these subjects for themselves. It has been said that the dream was created by the Keeper Freya, acting on behalf of her patron, Elun'Ahir. And yet, I have noticed that the Titan acolytes do not speak of something as finished until it has been ordered. So did they truly create the dream, or merely discover it, seeing its vibrancy as chaos to which they were compelled to bring structure? Seeking an answer, I have spoken to many spirits who inhabit the dream, dryads, ancients, grove keepers, and others. None of them tell of a Titan creating the dream. Instead, they speak of the first spirits awakening long ago within its wilds, in lands as beautiful and free as they are today. Though I wonder, since time has so little meaning here, whether those born of the dream truly think in terms of past or present. We have been told that the dream is a sort of framework for life on Azeroth, and it is true that we can see reflections of our world within the dream. Yet while it is clear these realms share a bond, is one a copy of the other? Or might both be reflections, each informing the shape of its counterpart? Many times I have shrugged the call of sleep and taken wing to explore the distant reaches of the dream. The further I flew, the greater the wonders I beheld. Life took forms strange and unfamiliar, bizarre, impossible plants and trees, creatures unlike any I held before. Perhaps the dream is bound not only to Azeroth, but to realms not yet discovered. Is it a reflection of those places too? At these far reaches, I felt the presence of entities whose power seemed vast and unknowable, akin to the Titans themselves. Had I reached the edges of the dream where it flows into the realms of life? Are they one and the same? Truly, I cannot say. For as waves of joy and contentment washed over me, I could no longer resist the call of sleep. I awoke back at the Eye of Azera, wondering if I had experienced a dream within a dream. It seems clear that the servants of the Titans wish the dream to stay unchanging, at least unchanged by any hand but theirs. Yet the very nature of life is one of change, is it not? Things are born, live, and die. But as time itself goes on, perhaps life was never meant to be ordered, to be static or unchanging. The Titan's servants do not seem to understand that life and death are sisters, bound together in a great cycle. Do they not wish to see this truth? Or is it beyond their fundamental nature to perceive it? If we dragons see it, then it can only mean that we are touched by not just life and order, but other forces as well. And if dragons are the product of powers great and small, being eternally intertwined, then so must all mortals be. Perhaps Azeroth herself was touched by all these forces, or she could be their source. Some things are beyond knowing. Some things are meant only to be pondered in dreams. Of these 3 books on the PTR, this one is the easiest to digest. A lot of it is confirmation, or at least a furthering of previous understandings. The first pages actually mirror many of our thoughts as players for some time concerning the Emerald Dream. We were told from the Titans in Chronicles that it was indeed Freya who created it. However, by the time our exploration of the Shadowlands was complete, we knew this to almost certainly be false, or perhaps an exaggeration of the facts. It is true that the Titans did order, and even now continue to do so in that part of the dream. This is confirmed with one of the new bosses, Nimue, who can be found in the Wellspring Temple of the new raid, Yggdrasil. The dungeon journal states that she was placed there by Eonar and Freya when they ordered this part, to create form from the chaos of life. It goes on to remind us once again that the dream is not just on Azeroth. Other worlds too are connected to it. Perhaps all worlds where life can be found, connecting to this dream. I posit that the dreams act as a sort of limbo, an in-between, connecting the physical realms with life and death. It remains unclear why the sleep takes over once you explore too far. Perhaps the chaos is a fatigue of the mind, or perhaps a defense from venturing too close to other realms deeper in the wilds. The entities, much like Titans, are surely the pantheon of life. Many have assumed they existed, due to the reveal of the Titans, and then the Eternal Ones. There could even be cause to go there soon, lest we forget that the Nethrezim are still invading there, and Denathrius is still MIA. Overall, this book does a great job of reminding us that our knowledge of the dream, or the realms of life, is extremely limited. However, it is nice to know that many of our theories on the nature of it do seem to be true. Book number 2 is titled The Tradgedy of Erinethria. The author is unknown, but it appears to be a dragon legend or a folktale of sorts. But perhaps, as most tales are, a collective memory shared for future generations. In the days when the kingdom of dragons was young, brave Erinethria's emerald wings soared above the clouds. The fastest flyer of her day, she feared no enemy, nor would she back down from any challenge. Alas, her courage would be her undoing. Erinethria had flown to the far corners of Kalimdor and back. She had witnessed wondrous sights and loved to share stories of them with her kin. Yet there came a day when Erinethria felt she had seen all there was to see in the world. She grew bored, restless. Erinethria sought the wisdom of Keeper Tyr. Great Keeper, is there any mystery left for me to discover? Any riddle yet to be solved? Everything you need is here, child. What more could you want to see? What else could you seek to know? As the dragon's brow furrowed, a cool wind blew in from the west. The breeze, Great Keeper, I wish to see the place from whence the winds are born. Tyr grew solemn. Beyond the storming sea lies only ruin. Stay close to home. Stay close to kin. Tyr's warning hung like a shadow over Erinethria's heart. It clashed again and again with the deep yearning for answers. One bright morning, the green dragon bid farewell to her clutchmates. "Fear not," she told them, "for I can fly higher than any storm, faster than any thunder, and when I know from whence the west winds come, I shall return home and tell you all." And with that, Erinethria soared into the sky. Moons passed, and still more, yet brave Erinethria did not return. Even Yogg-saron awoke from her dreaming to aid in the search, but there was no sign to be found. Most believed that Erinethria was lost to the storming sea, that her mighty wings grew tired and torn by the harsh winds, and that she tumbled into the roiling waters. But some greens claimed they saw her in their dreams, that she reached a land beyond, where she raised a brood of her own. Surely, after all these ages, we must accept the truth of her loss. While we honor her courage, we must remember the wisdom she failed to heed. Beyond the storming sea lies only ruin. Stay close to home, stay close to kin. Beware, beware the wind from the west, its call holds only doom. For if you take wing across storm and sea, you shall share Erinethria's tomb. A cautionary tale, or is it? This seems to be yet another instance of Titan control. Many tales before have told that sailing west of Kalimdor is a death sentence. None returned who attempted the voyage. Some terrible mixture of storms, magic and monsters barred their return. That was until one ship did return from that accursed place, the Night Squall. There has been much talk of pirates all throughout the Dragonflight expansion, hinted at many times. We know that Captain Night Squall returned, establishing the largest pirate fleet in Southsun, consisting of many of the factions we knew, presumably bought from all the riches he made coming back from beyond the storm. It seems this pirate movement is the same one mentioned in the wedding story as being dealt with by Jaina and Matthias, how they have had their hands full, and it seems we might have to go looking for these mysterious pirates soon and find out the truth for ourselves. Did he really find Avaloran? But the biggest clue yet, a brood of green dragons, ones not connected to Yogg-saron's brood. This is something we have seen before. When we rescue Elun'Ahir from the Legion in Elun'Ahir, there are green dragons soaring in the skies, which always made us wonder at the connection. It appears as though we had travelled to an alien world, or perhaps somewhere stranger. But on looking at it once more, despite the Titan structure, the place looks all too familiar. Tyrhold even appears to mimic a lot of the same architecture. So I pose this burning question to you all. Was Elun'Ahir on Azeroth all this time? Is Elun'Ahir somewhere west, beyond the great storms? Did we see the brood of Erinethria long before it was revealed here in this book? To us here at the Cozy Campfire, it sure seems like it. But there will be a part 2 where we cover the final book and then collect our entire theory on what all of this means. So we hope to see you all then. Oh, and don't forget to come back anytime.